Hello, hello, and welcome back to the A Show with the Kings of Pro Wrestling Podcasts. I'm Justin, here with Meelz. What's good, Meelz?
What's good, man? I'm fresh off of one of the best nights that I've ever had watching wrestling. Like really, really a fun night. Um, which I'll get into at some point during this pod. It was really, really fun, really, really exciting. Madison Square Garden just always got that energy to it. At this point, I'm never in there unless there's a fucking wrestling show because there's no way I can get into it for a fucking basketball game at this point.
Yeah,
But you know, having fun. Really, really great night. We'll talk about it more later on the pod, but really, really great night. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing good. It's finally. I hate to say this, so I hope you normally don't judge when I say stuff like this because you understand the difference in like temperatures and shit. But it's finally cold here. It's finally cold.
Oh,
Finally.
are, are you excited?
I am, yes. 54
Oh, okay.
degrees today. We had the biggest rainstorm. We had like a month's worth of rain in one,
Mm,
and I had a good friend of mine actually came out here over the weekend. He wanted to go to Flognaw, and they pushed it back to Friday, which to me it's supposed to rain again this week, like bad. So I don't even know how they're gonna pull that off this weekend.
yeah, fuck no. It's when I heard that news, I was like, God dang,
It was
man.
serious. It flooded in my neighborhood, and again, I wasn't going nowhere.
Right.
I
So,
wasn't going nowhere.
let it flood, baby. You know what I'm saying? Flood one month, fire in the next. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
bro, yes. So I think that, I it was a great weekend for me. It was a great cozy weekend. I had a great time and, it was good. Loved it.
I have to figure out a way to get a good winter jacket again. I got one last year. I didn't really even like it last year, but I wore it anyway. Um, but I need a new winter jacket. But my problem is that I don't like some. My problem is I like the North Face jackets, but they don't have hoods. But the
No,
one with hoods, I don't like. So now, I mean, not that I was gonna get a North Face is kind of. I was like, why are these jackets so goddamn? There's so much. I mean, I get it. It's like North Face, but it's like, Jesus Christ. North Face has been expensive my entire life. Like book bags. Remember the book bag? You had to get a North Face book bag. Um, back in the day. North Face jackets, all this other stuff like that. But it's a little bit like, a little bit too much. So I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do for a winter jacket. I can't do. I need a puffer. Like I don't feel wintry without a puffer. Just period. I can't do any other jacket. I don't do the pea coat era is long gone and forgotten. Thank you God. Um, the the what was another one?
Nico, how you looking like Inspector Gadget?
I didn't like pea coat era. I felt like we were doing too much. It got a little bit too pretentious with pea coats because once they realized niggas was wearing pea coats, suddenly every brand was making pea coats, and suddenly everyone with the them waterproof Timberland boots and fucking pea coats and shit. I was just like, everybody looks the same. Nah, I'm not really fucking with that. And this came out like early years of like my college. So like every nigga had a pea coat on. And I remember specifically because I think in this radio station we had to hang our coats on the back of the door. And every coat hung on the back of the door was a fucking pea coat. And like several of the same ones. So we trying to figure out who's got what. It was just way too much. Anyway, I gotta find a winter coat. Um, which I'm on the road to right now. It's also getting closer to the holidays. While we are 1 week away from Thanksgiving, we are also pretty much like 5 weeks away from Christmas.
I know. I haven't even gone. I usually go early. I haven't even started, bro.
I have not thought of an idea for Christmas because over the next couple weeks, I'm also working on end of the year stuff for a show,
Yeah.
uh, lookout. Gonna come up with some fun, cool lists for social media. Do you have a? Let me pick your brain off the top of your head. Last year we did sneaky fire match.
Yeah.
I think we might do it again this year. Do you have a sneaky fire match from
Oh,
this year?
oh my
Sneaky fire.
Sneaky fire.
Sneaky fire.
Honestly, Becky Maxine 1 and Becky Maxine 2 were
Ooh,
fire
we getting twos and ones now?
yeah,
Is that the trilogy? It's a trilogy now?
Hey, Becky Maxine 1, Becky Maxine 2 was actually sneakily fire in terms of how the
Like
psychology
Kenny and
behind it.
like Kenny and Okada?
Yeah, hey, Maxine Okada, Maxine Omega, you feel me? Maxine Reigns, bruh. We're gonna
I
talk about that
love
later,
it.
but, I just coming off of that match last night and just the rush that it gave you. I think a lot of matches on that Raw last night gave people a rush. You know what I'm saying? Like it worked. A lot of things worked for them, and I think those matches kind of gave you an instance of like Becky kind of creating a baby face,
Mhm.
and then them following through with that, which is like so rare to do, and sometimes in both companies is creating those moments. But yeah, I think off the top of the dome, but without me looking at anything, those are top of my list.
Okay. All right. I like it. Um, what are we gonna do here? Obviously, last week we had the Run It Back Battle Royale that we announced. We gave people a week to enter. Pretty much everyone entered in the first 24 hours. Um, so we gave people a week to enter. I'm officially doing the call right now. So this is where you will learn. If you listen to the show, if you truly listen to the show, this is where you will learn if you won this battle royal or not. I currently have, you know what? I'm gonna even make a video for it because I don't want niggas to be like, yo, I'm, you know, fudging the results.
Yeah,
So let me see. How do I do this? I have the spinner. It has everyone's names on it. Um, Yeah, it's everyone's names on it. I'm literally recording myself recording the show now. Um, everyone's names on it. We will see who will win this. We have a bunch of names. We're familiar with everybody's name, so it's not like it's someone that we don't know.
yeah.
Um, so I'm gonna spin it now. Are you ready to see who is going to win the Run It Back Battle Royal
No
for a
Bosa.
spot on the presented by Nobosa.
Yeah. No Yeet,
Nobosa.
no Bosa. Yeah, go ahead.
Nobosa.
That means anyone that wins is good to me, except if it's
Absolutely.
like did Rob put his name in?
Oh, congratulations to B Trot.
Oh god, thank God it wasn't Rob. All right, yeah.
Congratulations to B Trot. You're officially the winner of the
And
Run It Back Battle Royal. Shout out to Duggar. He was incredibly close.
B-Trot, B-Trot is like a longtime fan. In fact, I think he like retweeted me or said something to me today on Twitter. Like he's a longtime fan of the show. So like this is gonna be really interesting. Because I can remember B-Trot showing us love way back. A lot of his views align wrestling wise with us, and we get a chance to talk to one of our like longtime fans. So that's gonna be really
Absolutely.
exciting.
Put in the PTO, Bubba, because we are coming for you, B Trot. So you're gonna be on the show.
Don't say
Uh,
Bubba. Don't You can't say Bubba no more.
I can't say Bubba.
No, you know why.
Oh, okay. I
you,
don't.
you know the vibes because man, that's Bill Clinton nickname, bro.
Oh, is that? Yo,
The
the dudes is so stupid.
the
Like,
absolute state of like yeah, news and like where we are right now. And it's like people are like, well, here's why like this couldn't be true. Like this couldn't happen. I'm like, you motherfuckers have told me for years that terrorists would help, that the insurrection wasn't an insurrection, that all of this other shit was real. Let me
mhm,
have this. This is real. If they don't get to live in reality, I don't want to live in reality either.
right.
This is real.
S Hold on for a second. Let me get this door real quick.
So
Don't cut it out.
shout out to B Try. Yeah, I don't cut anything. But shout out to B Try. Again, longtime fan. Shout out to everybody that entered the Run It Back. Obviously, there is another chance to win in just like 2 months with or actually no, it's 3 months because it's in February, I think. But the Royal Rumble pool is going to be back, of course. So we're going to be able to run it back, I guess.
Yeah,
So
we're running it back for the first time. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
so come February, you'll have another chance to get into our Royal Rumble pool and try out again. But yeah, shout out to B Try.
Or, I mean, you could always pay the 50. That's
Hold
the
it. Isn't that automatic?
It's automatic, bro. It's automatic. Like, you get there. if you want to, get yourself. You want to be on the show. You hit the 50, and it's right there.
We haven't had
Um,
a Hall of Famer in a minute. Like, what do we gotta do to get y'all's Hall of Fame, ducats?
I'm not even mad because I know the state of the world currently and all this other stuff like that. Like I'm here, I'm praying and hoping and 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 pleading in my brain that somehow these Brandy and Monica tickets will land in my lap. It's Thursday. I haven't made up my
What?
mind.
You're gonna
Um,
go?
it's too the holidays is too holiday. I got like things I need to spend things on. My mom is coming.
Well,
A
take
whole
your
bunch.
mom to the concert.
I can't. Who's paying for that? Not me. Um, so I'm trying to figure it out. Like if I do, the thing is that unemployment is not for the weak. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's like you either think winter jacket, Brandy and Monica, food. You know what I'm saying? Like these are the options that we have in our country. You know what I'm saying? So it just is what it is. I'll see what I can do. It's Thursday. I still got plenty of time before my brain decides it wants to make a decision or not. Also, I just learned from the fellas that apparently AEW is in the neighborhood this weekend as well.
Doing what? What they doing?
Recording television, apparently, and New Jersey at the Prudential Center.
Oh, shit, they have a pay-per-view.
No, it's not the pay-per-view. It's just regular TV. The pay-per-view is I think the pay-per-view is this weekend. Wow.
Yeah, I
Wait,
know.
it is. It's Full Gear and Prudential? I thought it was just the
Yeah, I think
TV.
it is.
All right. Well,
I guess we gotta talk about that
I
today.
guess yeah, I guess we should roll through the card. Let me talk
Because
about my
yeah, it because didn't they, like, push it back a week because they were gonna line up with, Survivor Series presented by DC? James Gunn, come on, man.
come on, man. It's
Come on, man.
presented by DC. It's
Do better.
just I guess. We'll be on the lookout if any notable quotes come out, but Tony Khan's supposed to be on Hawani today. It is the return interview from the most frustrating interview that Hawani has ever conducted. Um,
It's a little
so who
fraudulent.
know?
Alright.
It just is what it is. Should I talk about my live Raw experience? Just real quick. I'm not talking about Raw specifically,
Yeah,
but
go
just
ahead.
a live experience.
Everybody was in there. It was you guys were annoying as hell in the
Oh
spoiler
my
chat.
god.
Yeah.
It was crazy. First of all, the last time now is now. Come on, man. John Cena's last time on Monday Night Raw, promoted like crazy. He was on ESPN, promoted by all types of fucking outlets. Um, they were everywhere and promoting like, yo, you need to be at this show, Madison Square Garden, and the shit worked. For everyone who was talking about ticket sales starting to dwindle, that motherfucker was sold out. Madison Square Garden was sold the F out. I don't know what the hell NXT gonna do tonight. Because I'm sure everybody went last night.
It would be funny if they did the Rock thing and announced that Cena was gonna be on NXT.
NXT?
He loves NXT. Like,
Yeah,
he's come out
that's
in
true.
left field loving NXT. Like, and again, it's a lot to love about NXT, those little scrappy kids, but
My
yeah.
nigga, I didn't even think he lasted the rest of the show. I think he was out by the main event for sure. I don't even think he was there. Because they were like, we don't know if John Cena's here, but we're gonna play his music on the way out. Cody had to do. No, I think I was Punk. Punk did. You know, After the show, Cody and Punk were like, Cody got on the mic and he started talking, and then he realized this wasn't his show, so he gave the mic to Punk.
He wanna be on the show though.
Yeah.
Why are you there? Like, why are you on the show?
I have another question about that. Maybe we answer this on the free show because I have one major question, which I don't know if you'll have the answer to, but it's certainly there. But of course, Monday Night Raw. Shout out to Netflix once again. Shout out to Sade. I had, I, I say this is the first time I had major FOMO for like not having a gig for something that was not a job. Because to be able to put something together, shout out to Sade and her team and all of Netflix, all this stuff, to put something together like this, bring people of all worlds to this. This is like some. I remember I told Armand because I was with Armand. Shout out to Rube too. Saw Rube. Shout out Donnie. Saw Donnie. Shout out to Rob and Nelson. Saw them. Shout out to Jeff J, was also in the building. Shout out to Cal, was also there. Shout out to those wrestling girls. Everybody was there. Pretty much everyone was there. So um, I pretty much was like, yo, because they do the bodega activation thing.
Mhm.
Um, and I said, yo, we need to cherish this moment right now because these are the type of things like we've worked in media so long that companies will have money for something and then this shit will be the first thing to go. Like this and niggas will be the first
Yeah,
thing to go
yeah.
once shit is happening. So I'm out here and I'm really like admiring the room because you have, DNA to the right, you have Mero from the thing, you have who was Grayson Waller was just hanging out. You know what I'm saying?
That was saying.
Uh I think you fishing for a new just in case some shit don't work out, you little networking. Um I saw Lash and Naya pulled up just very, very quickly. They went straight. I'm not even gonna say what they were doing because it's just funny. They were like, Lash was like, can we try that mac and cheese while we here? Like, they were like, yeah, I guess we can, because they had like a lot of great food. They had like steak, not like tenderness steak, but like good enough. Um, and mac and cheese and all this other shit like that. So they were there, but it was like all these great journalists, personalities. I think Angela Yee was there. I think so many different places. And I think what I've noticed because you know, I've been grateful at least like the past 3 times when Netflix's thing I've been able to go. So many different they do their best to incorporate and integrate a lot of different media outlets that you'd never see before. That's why you get like Club 520 talking about the show, or the Joe Budden podcast talking about the show, or the Breakfast Club talking about the show, and so many stuff. And it's such like it's so necessary because it never happens. You look at all the media outlets when they had the pressers and stuff like that, and it'll just be, you know, goofballs over there asking questions, but it's never like how do you properly integrate WWE into culture just beyond um just saying of what WWE is or like lasting on the laurels of what WWE is. And I was like, I had major fun because I was like, damn, I want to be able to do something like this. Cause it was so fire. And it's just great to be in a room and it's a great activation. I'm kind of like, albeit I think it's time for something new. I'm over bodega activations just in general. I feel like every where you go to Complex Con, where you go to Fanatics Fest, where you go to everything. Let's create a bodega, and and the Snapple had a bodega. I was like, Snapple, come on, man! Like just to promote glass bottles because they brought back the glass bottles in New York City for one time. So I think we can that and Tim's can leave in 2025.
But that's
Um,
all you guys are.
apparently. That is how you get us in the building. But I thought it was such a great to just be in the space and be able to activate fucking you know who came up to me? Came up to me and Armand during it, and Armand didn't even realize at the time. Stu, the cameraman Stu. John Cena, the John Cena
Yeah,
cameraman
he
Stu.
said you guys met Stu, yeah.
He I had on this Bengals varsity jacket. Now for years I've
I
wanted
heard
a
about
varsity
this too.
For years, I've wanted a varsity jacket for years, and I finally got one. Mind you, I don't watch fucking NFL at all. I got it because it was the most fire looking one, and sure enough, it was because I was gonna wear another jacket, and then I put this on. I was like, it's fire. I'm gonna be a little cold, but it's fire. And he pulls up to me, and he is like, "You're brave for wearing that jacket." I was like, "Haha, thank you, sir." I didn't know what the fuck to say. And I was like, "Oh, Stu, what's up, man? How you doing?" And he was talking about it, and Armand managed to jump in because talk a little football and stuff like that. And then he's like, "I'm looking for some folks from Wild 'N Out. Do you know where they are?" And I was like, "I don't know, Stu." And he was like, "I'm gonna go find them." And
He asked you because you was black.
I wasn't gonna say it, but
You know what?
Stu,
Shout out to
Stu.
Stu. Shout out to him. Yeah.
Shout out to him. Shout out
I
to
would
yeah,
too.
just
I would too, nigga.
Wild 'N Out. You look like you on Wild 'N Out. Um,
You look like a wildin' out ass nigga.
Right. So we got there, and then the suite was just pretty much full of black media and all this other stuff like that. Got to hang out, got to watch Wrestle McCall, which is always a good time because he was very funny during the Maxine and Becky match. Um, got everyone went up for a number of folks in the suite. Went up for Javon, obviously. I went up for Nikki Bella. I think Nikki Bella gets a bad. I mean, I made a tweet about Nikki Bella last week, and she is getting hate for whatever fucking reason. Like,
It's weird.
yeah, it's just it's not even just men. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it might be men.
It's always
But men behind Diva Avies or something along those lines.
wow.
Um, but
Wow.
right. But I'm just like everyone's essentially like getting on her, and I was like, "Yo, she wouldn't come back if she didn't love this shit." Like I watch enough Nikki Bella content where I know she'd be fake booking herself in matches. She'd be like, "It'd be great if we come back and win the titles. It would be great if I had a match against this." She talks about every time she visited and went to the locker room, she's like, "Oh my god, they have such a great locker room, and Natty's there, and Trinity's there, and blah blah blah, and everyone that she knows." She talks about it glowingly for the rest of her. Even when she wasn't talking about it glowingly, it came from a place of like I'm upset this is happening because I love this so much. Um, but then everyone kind of like flooded the comments with like, she's only back because she needs the money for her, alum.
Using the divorce is nuts.
It's
Like,
fucking crazy, right? I'm like, I know y'all got problems. So if y'all had some opportunity to be able to, don't y'all go to work? Isn't it fucking Bennigan's? You know,
Starbucks is my favorite jab.
Starbucks is my people. You know what I'm saying? I
No,
can't
we
jab.
boycotting them. They not paying niggas. So you
Oh,
don't
oh,
even
word.
yeah, they not paying niggas. You don't need
Oh,
to go
all right. Well,
boycott.
I'm. If you needed the money for whatever you needed it for, you would work to get it. And she is absolutely doing the work. Does she need to be on WWE TV? No, she could probably do something else. But she does it because she loves it, and she
Look at
jobbing because she loves it.
look at Diva Muse right here, Meals.
Come on, man. Nah, it's just that shit upset me because it's just like when there's not enough people be making up all types of lies about just anything and running with it. And it's like, if you even take a look, you realize how much this woman loves professional. She broke her neck and came back twice. Like, come on. You're not doing that. It's not.
The match is not gonna look good, but
No, but
shout out to
that's
her.
not the shout out to her. So, um, it was up in the suite. Everyone was enjoying themselves, even down to the last, couple batch of people, who uh, who came out. But it was a good show. It was a great show. Again, shout out to Netflix. Great hospitality. Great. Just this was probably the best Raw of the year, hands down, in my
Better than
opinion.
that random New Mexico one. All right, we gotta.
I don't
There's
remember.
levels to this.
I mean, shit.
Or was it
New
was
York,
it was
baby.
was it New Mexico? What city was it? Somebody in the chat knows.
Which
Uh,
one? What
the
was the what happened on it?
oh, fuck, I can't remember. It was the one where there was just like a random,
If you don't
like,
remember it, I don't know if it was popping.
oh gosh.
Shit.
Anyway, man. Anyway,
Yeah, I
Jesus,
mean, y'all had Raw Netflix. Netflix Raw was pretty good, and that was
it was
this
pretty
year.
good. Yeah, it was good. I liked it. Somebody said on Twitter that was the worst Raw of the year. I said, all right.
All right, yeah, nah, Netflix Raw was
Thanks
it
for
had everything.
Niggas
Yeah,
really good. You had a good Rhea live match. Punk
everything. It was pay per view. It was a pay per view on fucking Netflix.
basically, yeah, like it was good. Anyway, people just hate everything.
Yeah.
Um, where else were we gonna go here? Oh, the Priscilla Kelly comments. I want to mention that real quick.
Ooh, okay.
She said a week ago that she was like, niggas ain't getting breaded up in NXT. Niggas making 30K. And niggas went off the deep end, right? So you have people saying, like, yeah, I've heard of it. Like, you have people saying they're making 30K. You can't live off that. You have people saying, there's no fucking way you're making 30K. And you have people saying, I've heard of people making 30K in NXT. And I'm just like, really? like not a livable wage. Like, y'all really, like, seriously, like, people are not getting a livable wage like that in NXT. Like, I would love to see that, right? And then she came out and said, like, actually, it's not 30K. I was just kind of like just spitballing. and, like,
What do you know about money if you spitballing the wrong number?
and then I think Alvarez went on today. It was like there's a lot of people in WWE that are very upset at that claim. Uh, what do you feel about that? It was like about like the claim, how it came off, all that stuff. Like what was your thoughts on it?
So I think in context of the entire interview, and I didn't watch the entire thing, but I got enough snippets from the interview to really piece together what she was kind of talking about. Is essentially she had a real bad time in WWE, just mentally. I think there's
Yeah,
certain
she
place.
goes out of her way to say like she did feels like she didn't live up to what she wanted to do there. Like
No,
she was like she don't blame like the company and I was like she's very I've always liked how candid she is about how her experience was a personal one.
right,
Interviews.
but
Yeah.
it was a lot internally and mentally, a lot of hurdles overcoming to be able to get that. And she went through depression and she went through a whole bunch of different things. So I think in context of it, just in general, I feel like some places just aren't the best for you at the time. And the way NXT was transforming, NXT got faster. NXT got, you know, just more athletic. I don't think just she was able to keep up. Actually, I will say that confidently. She wasn't able to keep up.
Yeah.
Um, but she had a lot of ideas for things and she had a lot of things that didn't come through. I think with the money comment, I think a lot of independent talent now, especially the ones who were released, are really like, yo, I'm making more money now than I ever made then. And it's like, yeah, but like you're not making consistent money. Like I would love listen, last year, I'll say this last year in the last quarter, I probably made more money in the last quarter than I ever made in any other quarter previously. But I would rather have a job.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
I would rather have a consistent thing. I wouldn't have to like figure out how I gotta book myself and do all these things quarter to quarter. And they're talking about, oh, you gotta take into account travel and you gotta take into account other things and all this other stuff like that. And I'm like, yeah, you gotta really take into account with that for any job though. You realize that, right? Like, you can't just come to work naked, you know what I'm saying? You gotta find fits to wear to work. You gotta pay to get to work. If you don't live 5 minutes from your job, a hop, skip, and jump away, you gotta pay to travel to work every day. You gotta pay to do all these things. So, there are costs associated with it just from the realm of wrestling. Yeah, you're gonna have to fly everywhere. That's the gig that you kinda chose. Um,
But
in
they
reality
it's like the Rich Holland thing. Like you kind of put that into the budget for what you
yeah,
like the people that are
essentially.
like I think that like again, like would I do that shit? Hell no, that's why I'm not gonna be a wrestler. You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah,
gotta
yeah,
really
yeah.
love that shit. You gotta really love that shit. But people be like turning up their nose at something that has been customary within that profession for decades. Like I'll never understand it. Just like the people judging it will never understand. Like
I woulda left.
yeah, I don't have the mindset of a wrestler, you know what I'm saying? But, like, it's the same thing with, like, basketball niggas, like, they gotta practice hella times, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that's just the part of the gig that I just would never do.
I remember, I think it was when Brock left. Brock was just like, "I don't wanna do this anymore.
Yeah,
This shit is whack." In 2004. So he just left. He was like, "No, I'm not resigning. This shit is whack. I don't wanna do this anymore." All the traveling, all the other stuff, and he didn't get until he built his equity enough where he can kind of do things on his own terms. But Priscilla Kelly, you're not in that current space, and that's not totally a knock on you, but it's just like,
do
I
you
don't know.
do you think this will hurt her from, like, if she ever wanted to come back, like, these comments?
Not really. I mean, WWE ultimately sees value in people. I don't think they hold things against them. I mean, we just saw fucking Zack Ryder show up.
Yeah,
Um, so I don't think they hold things against people. They see the value in it. Now, is there a lot of value in her? Not no, but or maybe not yet. You
yeah,
know
no,
what I'm saying?
yeah,
Um, again, I was when you talk about all the things from this year, I thought the group with her, Shotzi, and Tatum was money. I thought that was main roster ready if they really wanted to, especially seeing like how war games are shaping out and all types of other stuff like that. But ultimately, they just chose like, hey, let's not move forward with
they
this.
went with the future. Pretty
Right.
much. Yeah, they went with the future.
So, shout out to Tatum, NXT Women's Champion, performing tonight on NXT. I think she's defending against JC Jane.
Yep.
Um, But it's just I don't get super offended by it. I don't think it's 30,000. I don't think anyone they don't even pay 30,000. They pay you more to work at
It's
fucking
like working at, like, 7-Eleven. Like
yeah.
that's that just seems crazy, like, and it's also, like, been debunked. So, yeah. But it's also funny to see the people that try to corroborate that story, and then she had to say that's actually not true, and then the people who corroborated that crazy story completely not take it back at all.
Yeah.
Like, they're just like, people like, "No,
I'm making more money than I've ever been. I was like, okay,
alright,
thanks.
alright." But it's 'cause again, like, just
I don't
say
believe you, but
whatever.
sure.
Yeah, just say whatever, and people believe it. So, yeah.
Yeah, it just is what it is.
Full Gear real quick before we go into Cena's.
Full Gear, yeah, we can do. Can I give my brief review on Blood and Guts because I did watch it.
Sure.
So Blood and Guts was last week. It was definitely bloody. They got that off rip. Sky Blue busted her head open 3 minutes into the match, and
She has a
suddenly was bleeding everywhere.
she has a shirt of the blood and all that.
Oh, really? They do that? They is this the from the same people who brought you Britt Baker with a black eye?
Yes. Yes.
So I thought the women's blood and guts match. I actually thought both matches are pretty good. It's just I don't watch AEW enough to kind of get things in context. So to me, seeing Kyle O'Reilly be the one to beat John Moxley
Crazy
to
work.
is mind boggling.
Like,
For
what are y'all doing with him that's gonna be, like, any different than the younger acts on the show that y'all have? Like,
so
that
that's also where the problem lies, right? Like the matches were good, but then I also watched Collision this past weekend.
Jesus Christ, are you okay? Is everything okay at home?
It's just I was bored. I turned it on. We were laughing at it. Like me, and I think it was Robin, not Robin Nelson. We were laughing watching Collision because Collision is like we don't take it seriously at all. But neither did anybody else on that show because John Moxley was on Collision and he did commentary for 75% of the show. Even the matches he was had nothing to do with. I think it was just having fun on the show. No bandage over his eye, no nothing like that. Tony Storm appeared 3 times on the show to promote the tag team tournament that they're now having because Blood and Guts is in the past now. All they got is the fact that she lost the Blood and Guts thing and all Mina Shirakawa just had some like paper towel wrapped over her head or whatever the fuck it was.
Yeah, the Jadakiss, paper towel
Yeah,
do-rag.
yeah, one of them. And I was just like, this is the problem with the show. Like, nothing matters within the long scheme of these things. Like, this is all building up to, we'll talk about Full Gear, which is essentially this match between John Moxley and Kyle O'Reilly. But what is Kyle O'Reilly in AEW? Like, I know Tony Khan has affinity for him just based on how they book him because they make sure to feature him on the show. In fact, I think he's been featured in more high profile opportunities than Adam Cole was for a very, very long time. Um, It's just Kyle O'Reilly got injured and was out for like 2 years. But I mean, he's part of the conglomeration. Um, he's going to face Moxley at Full Gear. He tapped out Moxley. But then I'm like, okay, so no one 8 months ago, no one could beat Moxley.
Now everyone can beat Moxley.
And in fact, Hangman Adam Page had to pretty much hang a man to beat Moxley. And now suddenly Kyle O'Reilly just has John Moxley's number. Like he's just beating the shit out of him every week. So now I'm just kind of like, yo, where do you go from here? Like, how do you establish? You're trying to establish new contenders, but I don't have faith that they'll continue um, in the upward trajectory for Kyle O'Reilly. Nor should he be featured in that way because it's not like he has a great connection with the fans.
And also, why are AEW wrestlers responding to Stevie Richards saying that Logan Paul is better than them? That's just some shit. Why are you responding to that?
Because they want to be, they're using our name for clicks and all this other stuff like that. I'm like, all right, relax. Y'all don't generate enough engagement to really move the needle. But I don't understand. Yeah, I don't understand why people, if you're confident in what you do, you really don't care. Now is Logan Paul more athletic and faster and stronger and sometimes a better talent than him?
He
Yeah.
also he just has 10 times less, road on his
Yeah.
body.
Yeah, yeah.
A lot of them do. So, yes. Yeah, sure, he could be. He could
He
be
could
one.
be. He could be.
I
But
think he's good. My issue with Logan Paul right now is that, like, standing against, like, the real wrestlers now, like, he's in, like, a faction.
mhm.
He just looked like he playing, like, he acting. Like, when he was walking next to, and I don't know if this is translated live, but, like, when he was next to Bronson and Braun, like, yeah, he's taller than them, but he's like he's not, he's like in character. You know what I'm saying? He's not the character.
You like a goon.
Yeah, he just didn't look imposing enough. Like he didn't look comfortable. He was just like, well, like
Yeah.
these guys are like way tougher than me. But
Yeah.
like I
He's cosplaying as a wrestler, it
yeah,
feels
like
like.
there's a sense of that, like not in the ring, but like when he's got to do everything else outside the ring that he needs to like work on a lot more. And it's like that's why I'm hoping he sticks with these guys longer than
I
just the
agree.
Williams match because he needs a little bit of chutzpah to get this thing over if they're not going to
He
turn him.
need well, it's because he just comes in and out when it's appropriate, when
Yeah.
it's time. Nigga just showed up for war games. We'll talk about that at the end of this free thing. But Full Gear. Now, I want to preface this by saying, Justin, that I will actually be on War Report this week. So we don't have to go through this full gear because I think we're gonna end up doing that on War Report this week.
Okay.
Um, but is there anything that stands out? Maybe that's a bad question I asked you. Um, anything notable on this card?
They're doing the casino for the third time this year. Casino Battle Royal for the third time this year.
Yeah, they had a men's, a women's, and then they're like, you know what? We have a new AEW National Championship. Let's do a Casino Gauntlet Battle Royal. Let's get people on the show. We need people in front of New Jersey. Um,
Just gonna run it to the ground, eh?
yeah. Also, they have Big Boom AJ is back once again.
Fair play. I guess that's their Dominic Mysterio.
That is their. We need the YouTube numbers up for our pre-show.
Yeah.
Um,
What else sticks out to me? Hangman Adam Page and Samoa Joe in a steel cage match. It helps no one. Let me just tell you that right now. That it helps nobody to do that match.
feels like stalling, huh?
Yeah, it feels like it feels as though somebody's coming back and he's about to lose that title, and I think it's a good idea. I who talks about his title reign other than the sickos?
Him.
Nobody.
It's just Hangman Adam Page. Yeah, no one really talks about it.
Um,
Feels like they're waiting for MJF to come back.
uh, oh
Where
shit!
is World's End? I think World's End is in Chicago, huh?
Wow,
The Hoffman Estates in Illinois. They
they're doing
definitely didn't.
they're doing Chris and Mercedes again. It's never been more obvious that she's gonna lose, and that being
Who's gonna
Mercedes.
lose?
Mercedes probably
Oh,
gonna lose. It's never been more obvious that Mercedes is gonna lose for whatever reason. The thing about Chris losing here is that even though Mercedes has 65 belts, it doesn't it still doesn't make Chris better or like look better because she beat the person with 1,000 belts. You get what I'm saying?
yeah, no, I get it.
Like it still doesn't make you look like the shit because you beat the person with 1,000 belts. It just makes it look like the person with 1,000 belts is being booked purposely to not win this title for no reason. Like if it was like Chris Statlander is going to win 6 of those belts if she beats Mercedes, then it's like okay, there's some stakes. The stake isn't the world championship because we know she's going to lose that shit because it's been established that like from the moment she couldn't beat Tony is this was the match or the title she couldn't win. So my psychologically, I'm thinking, okay, so they're not going to give it to her here because if she did, there would be a logjam at the top of the card, and she can't face everybody because she's got all the belts.
I wonder how long is left on Mercedes' contract.
Uh, are people like what like generally when you look because you like look at Twitter probably a little bit more than I do right now.
Sure.
Is there what's the temperature on this run right now? Like,
Um, I mean, there's a level of delusion depending on who you ask. Um, it is the run that she always deserved. I mean, she just number one on PWI, which I think was the entire goal for this year for her. Of like, let's make her the number one PWI wrestler, and if that was the goal, they certainly accomplished it. Because she only had one loss, and it was against Tony Storm, and Tony Storm was number two. So I think that's it. I mean, but roughly, I think people are I think people who pay attention closely to things are questioning what does the 13 belts do? Um, but then there's again also the side of delusion, which is like she's always deserved these belts. WWE treated her so poorly. How could she not have 13 belts in WWE? They really fumbled with her. Um, I just to me, there yeah, people are I think it's either delusion or you're not deluded. I think with Mercedes, I mean, it'll be a good match, but I can't say much more than that. But also, it's just like, what does that even mean anymore in
Who cares?
AEW?
Like everybody has good matches there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What does that even mean? What I really want to ask is where all this goes. That's what I really want to ask. But to be honest with you, I see nothing on the horizon for any of these. There's no woman on the horizon unless Mercedes wins. Mercedes is the if she wins, then there's the Tony rematch. But it
Mm.
also feels like they're going to turn Tony heel at some point too.
Why does it feel like in AEW that people run out of shit to do so fast? You feel that? Like people run out of like things to do. We're at a point now where Mox where it's like he ran out of things to do maybe 2 years ago, and then he did this thing, and now he's out of things to do.
Because
Unless he goes,
they don't plan they plan long term, but they plan at specific dates. They don't plan the build up to these dates.
uh,
And someone's gonna tell me I'm wrong, but no, I'm not. Because you watch it during the show, you was like, all right, Hangman Adam Page, Samoa Joe, we're trying to build Hangman Adam Page, but like really for what? To lose, right? Um, so it's kind of like to lose to MJF. Ultimately, at the end of the day, you're building it up for him to lose, and then I don't even know where it goes from there. But these people, they don't have their currency is good matches. So the level of cachet they're being built on is like how good their matches are. And if your matches are really, really good, then they start giving you things.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But really what it is if you're cool with enough people, then they really start giving you things. They start giving you championships and shit. They were like, oh my God, I love this girl. Let's give her a belt. Or I love, Kyle Fletcher is the future. Let's give him a belt.
But
You know what
like,
I'm saying?
does Kyle Fletcher even feel like the future to you?
He is if you use an archetype of what the future has always looked like in wrestling, which is tall, athletic, build white man is the future. Um, and especially in AEW, you know what I'm saying? There's not a lot of diversity in AEW currently. Actually, we haven't done this in a while. How many
Oh,
black people are on this card?
oh boy.
One.
Oh boy.
I mean, I'm sure they're all in the Casino Gauntlet Battle Royal.
Bobby's on it, Shelton's on it, Ricochet's on it, Kevin Knight. Wow, Kevin Knight. Remember he was supposed to be like, oh, he's like the heir apparent to Mello.
Yeah, he. Yeah.
He was supposed to like they you see
He
they doing the Mello, they not doing it to Kevin Knight. He on the pay-per-view the first week.
he's supposedly the future. But you know who's the future when AEW started? Scorpio Sky. They were
Boy,
talking about him like
they
he was the
found
man.
they found him under the damn couch pillows over the weekend. I said, "Are y'all fucking kidding me?"
It was nuts, but um yeah, Kyle Fletcher versus Mark Briscoe. If Briscoe loses, he'll be forced to join the Don Callis family. But if he wins the TNT championship for the first time. I would just give it to Mark Briscoe. Just at this point, it just they he's Mark Briscoe's one of those people in AEW that never wins when it matters. Um, but he'll win other times when it doesn't. No one gives a shit. So who knows? But also, Kenny Omega's apparently on this card.
Yeah, this is strange. This is like a sad card because it's like when you think about it, it's like it's a lot of people on the show that kind of like don't make a difference, I guess. Like there are points where it's like,
We
okay,
look at it differently, though.
yeah, we do, like because like
I'm, yeah, I'm, look, I'm. It's not that I'm slowly realizing it, but like we don't look at it through the same lens as other people do,
Yeah,
and
that's
I've
fine.
come to yeah, I've come to accept that because I'm like, people be looking at the show like, "This show is awesome." I was like, "This show?"
This one?
Yeah. I was like, "All right, it's like the last one? Tell me what happened on Full Gear last year," is what I asked them. No, they don't fucking know.
But I think that, like, again, it's like they're we're at a point now where it's like you're starting to see that, like, they're starting to attempt to move into, like, the Braun Breaker, all like like a newer era of these guys.
Mhm.
Like, they're gonna de-emphasize some of these people. And it's like, I don't see it happening here. Like you got Kevin Knight in a battle royal, I guess. Like, is there any direction for him? He's just gonna be with the nigga with his toes out. I don't know. I don't know.
So I'm looking at the Full Gear card from last year. It's just a different it feels like a different the what they were focused on was different for sure. Private Party wins a match last year. They're gone. MJF not even on the card. Mercedes versus Chris is really the only. I mean, with the fact they're doing this again. Jay Wyatt wins a match. He hasn't been around in a while. Kyle Fletcher defeats Will Ospreay, so that kind of worked out. Daniel Garcia defeated Jack Perry. Whatever. Um, Takeshita defeats Ricochet. Takeshi they need to do more with, but he's not the champion of this thing. Bobby Lashley defeats Swerve. And then that was just funny because he never got his win
Never got
back.
his win back, and he's never getting it back.
Yeah, he's never getting it back. No takebacks. And then Moxley versus Orange Cassidy, which I guess could be substituted by Moxley and Kyle O'Reilly at this point. So who knows? This company is just I don't know. They do a lot of things with a lot of different people, but it is what it is. Um, we have to talk about. Wait, first, how do you feel? I mean, do you feel any way about Okada versus Tanahashi happening instead
No,
of
it's boring.
Nakamura?
It's boring. Whatever. I'm not
Yeah,
watching it, so
yeah, sure not. Um, let's talk about the one. Let's do this on the main show because we can always talk about other stuff that happened on the Patreon. But for a long time, we try to figure out what the hell were these who's going to be in war games, and it's becoming abundantly clear at this point for the men and the women, especially since they filled out pretty much the men's at this point.
I'll say that we called both of these both of the entrants in these matches, by the way.
I agree. I mean, but there were multiple. It's the women who really the last slot could have been Stephanie versus Nikki in the last spot, or it could have been AJ versus Becky, or it could have been something of the rather Bailey and Lyra or something along those lines. Like it really could have been anything at that point. So we get to the end of the show, Monday Night Raw. Apparently, I didn't know what was going down on Monday Night Raw. It just ended with niggas coming out. I don't even think it was promoted. Um, I could be wrong though.
I don't think the surprises were no, but it was pretty obvious after Friday what was going down.
Yeah, so the end of the show comes out. I think it's the bad guys come out and they're, everyone gets their entrances. And then the good guys come out and they get their entrances. And then it's just a brawl to end the show. It's not even like a match or anything. It's just a brawl. They get into it. Brock Lesnar comes out. It was hinted earlier in the day, kind of like, yo, essentially the idea was they could sign anybody that they want
Yeah, they set that up Friday.
to be in this match by any means possible. So as long as they get the agreement, they get signature, like this is a fucking petition or some shit like that. Um, as long as they get the signatures, they're good to go. So Heyman scores Brock Lesnar, which Brock Lesnar in War Games is like, does he wait in the cage with everybody else? Like, how does this work? Does he stand there?
Can he fucking fit in the cage with everybody else? Is the question. There's a bunch of big niggas in that cage, but I think like before
Brock
we get
standing with Drew and Logan and
that's what I'm saying.
Braun
Like,
and Bronson Reed.
but the crazy part is the way that the story breaks down is that Brock is in the match with a bunch of people that he's like he hates. You know what I'm saying? I think that's like kind of the overarching story. Like, can these guys truly coexist? And I think it's a team full of both teams are teams full of egos, which I
Yeah.
think is interesting.
So Brock Lesnar comes out, and I mean, it's awesome. He's coming out, he's suplexing people. I mean,
I
awesome
think
to
he
me.
was a little. Did you see how he tossed Punk?
Yeah.
That
Oh,
should look
yeah.
that should look crazy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The first toss was crazy because Punk landed on his shoulder.
And
Uh,
so did Cody.
yeah, yeah, and Cody, he sent Cody up high for sure. Um, but he's out here laying it out. I was like, Jimmy could have took this. Um, I was like, why you got Jimmy there if he's not taking fucking blows from it? And then Roman Reigns comes out. So this is the one question that I have. Why did Roman Reigns come? I sat there and I was like, I know Roman's supposed to come out, but why did he come out? Why, like, does he want to be part of the team? Was he called to be part of the team? Did he have any interaction with anyone on the team? He told the Usos, I don't want to see you niggas until I guess it is Thanksgiving.
We ain't had no PTO.
So I'm confused beyond the outfit, right? The cargo pants and the shooting sleeves is a choice. Um, but I'm so confused of why Roman is here. Not that he shouldn't be here, but why is he here?
Mhm.
It's just I don't know. The storytelling to me feels very like the Brock thing was hinted at better, for sure. I think the Brock thing was something looming, even though I do feel like Brock is too big to be in this match with I don't think Brock has done a tag team match in like 25 years.
That's the I mean, he better fucking get to work. Shit. Shit, that don't mean he can't do it. He
No,
just
I mean for
gotta
sure
go.
that don't mean he can't do it, but I haven't seen him like work with folks in a long ass time, and I can see him just deciding I'm out. Like he
Could
just dips. Um, because I don't is he taking something off the cage? Like, what is he gonna do in this match? Is he catching niggas who flying off the cage? Like, what's gonna
definitely.
happen?
He's definitely catching and tossing niggas. You
Um,
already know what he's gonna do. You know what
absolutely.
he's gonna do. I think that the Roman thing, obviously, you do it to pop a crowd,
Hmm.
right? So we
It's
got that.
MSG for sure.
Yeah,
I
we
don't know
got
where
that.
they at next week for the actual home, the go home show, but this was a go home show to me.
Yeah. So you do it to pop a crowd. That's number one. And two, I think that'll be explained next week probably, or when they have to do the advantage matches. If I had to guess and just put my thinking cap on, Jay called them. If I had to guess, Jay called them because him and Punk had words after the shit was over with. What would be even more interesting is if Cody called them.
Hmm. I think it. I mean, my thing is that he told Jay because Jay and them messed up for sure. And it hasn't like been they haven't been doing anything sizable or notable that he would have to like save them from. I'm just the
Or
incorporation of Roman in this thing
but
is
it's to set up to me what looks like the seeds for Roman versus Punk later on at Mania. Like
right.
I think that to me, like if you're starting it here, it's November. I think that's another thing we're forgetting. Like it's November, so
Yeah,
it's
no, I mean I get that part. I just like storyline wise, I like my stories to make sense. And to me, this don't make sense. But maybe there's an explanation afterwards. Maybe there's some sort of flashback I'm gonna see on
gotta,
SmackDown or
you got to
something.
tune in. You got to tune in next week.
I
I don't
guess I
think
gotta
it's gonna
tune
be
in next
it's
week.
not gonna be something you didn't see already. I
Right.
can assure you that. You just got to see. You got to see either Friday or next week. It's literally. I think it's literally as simple as somebody called them, and I think that's where you go.
Hmm.
Somebody
I'm
called
sure
them.
they're gonna have they'll probably have a ring with all five of them.
Yeah, I mean,
A promo with all five of them.
would not be shocked if Roman showed up on SmackDown this week either. So
I'd be shocked. It's like, nah, I'll do it again on Raw.
I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. But it's I mean, because there's 3 shows left essentially, right? There's
SmackDown,
SmackDown, Raw, and then next week SmackDown.
SmackDown. Yeah, 3 shows left. I don't think they're. I mean, you got one more brawl left, but there's a lot you could do. I think that we initially questioned a lot of this, but like there is no question of how star fucking spangled this team is. This is probably one of the greatest fucking teams in War Games history. That counts for every fucking show.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I agree. Um, and then the women's one. Now, MSG wasn't really going up for the women as much as they should have been. Um, but also, Alexa Bliss, she cut this promo on the
That was
show.
around the time in the show where New York was just being extremely annoying, though.
I don't think it was annoying. I think everyone was kind of overstimulated from previous events on the show. Um, and the promo really just kind of like, and mind you, they also, I think also in terms of things, like they had Alexa Bliss come out and then they cut to commercials. So she was just standing there. So everyone's kind of like
But I'm not buying that. It's a wrestling
fiddling
show.
around.
It's a
Yeah,
wrestling show. You know what
but
you coming to when you go to Raw.
yeah, but it's breaks during the show essentially.
It's gonna
Allow
happen.
for time to, I mean, yeah, but
It's gonna happen every week.
this is a show, right, but there isn't shows like this show. This show was a
So
massive show.
yeah, it was, but they can't go commercial free.
Of course, yeah, they can't go commercial free, but at the same point, it's like because of like the buildup of things, like it was such more momentum running into it, and then this kind of like promo kind of just like happens. They had the Ziggler return, they had the John Cena thing, they had the the other matches that had happened on the show. Um,
Yeah, that again, none
and
of these things
I don't think people, I don't know if they don't really care about the Charlotte thing. They care about Rhea.
every other city cares about all of this shit. So I'm not buying it.
Well, tough sell, but I'm letting you know.
I'm not buying it. Niggas would just they would just admit they was being annoying, bro.
No. That's it's just I think they were overstimulated from the show. Like this again, massive show. You know what I'm saying? And this promo kind of just happens. People not really buying the Charlotte thing because it's like, why would Charlotte? It's
that's not
war
what people.
games,
But that's not that's your you're you're projecting your own views onto this whole thing. I don't think the crowd was thinking that. I think the crowd wanted to get themselves over.
I think they
It
were
wasn't about
bored
the
for
Charlotte.
sure.
It wasn't the Charlotte thing. Like I think that they need to fucking grow the fuck up and know that they're at a fucking wrestling show and not to do that because they weren't just doing that to them. Like
Of course not. No,
they were like they did it to other people. They're not like the main people that they were trolling or attempting to troll. Like I think that it just it's a bad look.
I think if Rhea Ripley came out to cut a promo on like why Charlotte Flair didn't join, it would have been a much tighter reception to who
But
it
that's not her
was.
friend.
I know, but it's like I'm just saying if Rhea Ripley comes out, I'm not saying that I get how it makes sense within the context of it. I'm just saying if you replace Alexa Bliss with a different person, people will probably take more seriously, to be honest with you, because Rhea
Yeah,
Ripley's a bigger star.
yeah, but then you get that pop, and then then people are probably more like, okay, well, we got the pop, so like
Right,
you
right. I
saved the
mean,
Rhea pop.
but
Like
that was the show, right? To be honest with you, the show was just like niggas come out and getting pops. That's
like
the that was the show for the most part.
it
That's why
just
I'm saying
seemed
there was so much going on with the show.
it just seemed like it was just kind of like for it, and again like it might have been different in the house, but at home it was really annoying, and I think a lot of people that were watching it with us in our chat thought the same way. It was
I
just
think
really annoying.
I think I mean I don't approve of it, but I do think but I see the reasoning behind it given how the show was laid out. The show is laid out with John Cena, and then Dominic Mysterio interrupts them, and then they have a cool impromptu match. And then we'll talk about the rest on Patreon. I'm not even gonna give away the Patreon. But a
Yeah,
lot of things happening during the show. Um, but we got essentially this War Games is kind of set up, and now it's kind of hinting that AJ Lee will be in this War Games match. So now we got to figure out how to get Becky in this.
I don't think it'll
Uh,
take that much convincing considering everything what happened on Raw.
absolutely. Um, so it seems like we got, I mean, Survivor Series heating up. We got 4 matches thus far. We got the men's War Games match, the women's War Games match, Stephanie Vaquer versus Nikki Bella for the Raw Women's Championship, the Women's World Heavyweight Championship, and we have John Cena versus Dominic Mysterio for the Intercontinental Championship. So those are the 4 matches that we have thus far. I wouldn't expect any more matches, to be honest with you.
Yeah, the war games
Um,
are already gonna go long as is.
yeah,
Long
so
long AF.
it just it just is what it is at this point. I mean, we probably roll Patreon.
Yeah, I think that's it for this week. Next week, we're gonna have a special guest for our go home show. I think this is gonna be our last go home show of the year, by the way, because there's no more pay-per-views after this.
No more pay-per-views.
We're gonna do
No,
something a little special for Saturday Night's Main Event on December
there's no
13th.
pay-per-views for like 3 fucking months, bro.
That is true. The next one will be
Unless you count NXT or something.
we might have to do some NXT shit. I don't know because I can't go without my predictions, Meals.
Don't worry, we could predict mad things. Um, you could predict a whole bunch of different stuff that happens. You don't have to
But
even be wrestling. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, thank you guys for listening, and we will see you guys next week on the A Show. Peace.